Hello YouTubers and welcome to Barrymar TV. Today I'm taking a look back at my soccer sticker collection from yesteryear. And that's a bit of a tongue twister. Say that fast 3 times. Here we are with Sir Alex. Squeaky bum time Sir Alex. Now that Liverpool are Premiership champions. We've knocked you off your perch. But there will be battles ahead. Moving swiftly on. Bobby Gould for Wimbledon. Manager of the crazy gang back in the day. His piece of advice then was, lads, listen, you're on a few pounds now. Pay off the mortgage first. No sage advice, Bobby. Another great player, Darren Wood, Sheffield Wednesday. Silverware-less South Korean team. Mark McWalter, St Mirren. With the Tottenham Hotspur crest. Two Chelsea old boys, Dave Besant, Kerry Dixon. Nigel Spink, great goalkeeper for Aston Villa. Dave McPherson, I have a friend of the same name, an absolute gentleman. Stuart Munro above him, great Rangers man. Another Chelsea old boy, Peter Nicholas. Down here we have John Scales for Wimbledon. Went on to play for Liverpool. Formed part of the Spice Boys. Fucking loved his pints. Loved his pints. 3/4 of head of Toto Scalacci. Broke Ireland's hearts. Above him, there we are, Packy Bonner. What I could hope to say is saving a goal. There's Colin Pates. Mark McWalter. Eric Torstevet. Another great goalkeeper. Mark Wright, England. The Everton team photograph. The mighty Quinn there himself. Is that Ray Houghton? Brazilian guy here. Josie Marr. No, I can't say he's any relation. Careca. Now, nice little story about this football sticker here. The Brazilian national team. Back in the late 80s, I paid the pricely sum of 10 pence for this photograph. Or should I say sticker? I think it was a good investment. Above that, slow-mo, Mo Johnson. Played for both Celtic and Rangers. Golden touch himself, Gary Lineker. Another maestro there, Glenn Hoddle. Harold Schumacher. Great man to fix a shoe and save a few goals. There he is, Fash the Bash, another member of the great crazy gang. Beat Liverpool in the 1988 FA Cup final. Above him is Alec Chamberlain, Luton Town. Great servant there. To my mind, my favourite, I think the greatest footballer that ever lived, Diego Armando Maradona. Literally could make the ball speak in beautiful poetry. Beside him, Valdano, Jorge Alberto F. Valdano. Beside him, another silky left-footed and right-footed player, Jorge Luis Borchaga. Who have we up here? We've Norman Whiteside, possibly the youngest player to play in a World Cup. Over here we have Kevin Moore, one of the hardest players ever to lace a pair of football boots. I reckon he'd put his head in where most footballers wouldn't put a boot. Above there, the governor, Paul Ince, played for West Ham, United, Liverpool, Inter Milan. And the man himself, Big Jack, great servant to Ireland over a 10-year period. We're all part of Jackie's army, we're all off to Italy, and we'll really shake them up when we win the World Cup, 'cause Ireland's got the greatest football team. Boom, boom. Good man, Jack. Although I never met you, you felt like a friend. Anton Rogan, another great servant for Celtic. There's Nige Winterburn. Motherwell Crest. This gentleman here, I don't know, is that Gary Stevens or Trevor Stephen? Luke Nillis. Here's Big Mick McCarthy, who need more hair on his head than his chest. Now he's more hair on his chest than his head. David Seaman looks a lot older back in the day than he does now. Great England goalkeeper. Golden Goal Special, Eusebio, for my time. Spanish national team. All sun-kissed. Frank Rijkaard, great Dutch player. Kareka. Go over here. Norwich, Crest. Gary McKay, Hearts. David McCreary, Hearts. We've Kevin Gallagher. Patrick Donnelly. There's Gary Lineker again. Gary McAllister, Leeds United. Oh, I remember, Gary, what it was like to have here. Tony Agana, Sheffield United. There we have the governor again, Paul Ince. There's Ian Marshall. Now in the yellow jersey here we have Mr. Dean. Gordon Strachan. John Pemberton. Great Irish player Terry Phelan. Above him, David Batty. I think that's I think that's Brian McClare. Vinnie Jones. One of my personal favourite players. They got him playing great football when he went to Chelsea. They said, Vinnie, keep it on the deck, keep it down, keep it down. He probably played his best football at Chelsea. One of my other favourite footballers, John Barnes. Lineker appears for a third time. Beside him, Gascoigne. Platt. Fantastic player. Ahead of his time. Ian Wright. And we've Gordon Jury. Great Celtic man Paul McStay. And I think this guy is John Pemberton. Played for Luton Town, I believe. And there we have a surprise player there. Danny Minogue. I think she played for Sydney FC when Robbie Fowler was there. Crossed a few balls in for him, scored a few goals. Over here, Walter Zinga. That's Euro 88. Rob Lee, Newcastle United. Middle of the park, sprayed around. He's covering Steve Bruce. Frank McAviney, the man with the smile. Blonde hair. Who could forget the pocket dynamo himself? Ray Wilkins. I don't know, did we mention Frank Rijkaard? No, that's Ruud Hullet. Correction. Back again to one of my favourite players, Andy Townsend. A lovely story about Andy. I don't know, was it the European Championships or the World Cup? I think it was the Euros. 88. And Charlie Haughey was around at the time. And Charlie came into the dressing room. And Tony Cascarino was there with Andy Townsend. And Charlie came in and was congratulating them, and Tony Cascarino said to Andy Townsend, "The tea shop is here." And Andy misheard him and said, "Someone owns a tea shop." So Charlie was there giving out tea. And that's my little look around at all the footballers from yesteryear. Some of them I couldn't all get to. Jesper Olsen, I don't know, did I mention him? Played for United. stickers I collected over the years. There's Neville the Gel Southall. We've Dean Saunders there. Steve McMahon, I don't think I mentioned him. Years ago I was watching a Liverpool match, I don't know who they were playing, and Steve McMahon was in the middle of the park and he was dishing out the hard tackles. And this ball came into him and bang, 30 yards out into the back of the net. I always remember the commentator saying, it's nice to show that Steve McMahon can play a bit as well. They call it the beautiful game. Poetry written with football boots. Before I go, just last little bit of trivia about Brian Deane here. He's the first man to score a Premiership goal. Now, back to full circle. Say goodbye, Alex. Better luck next year.